What's going on? This is Jesus again from Station, and today we're going to be building our header for the directory website. We're going to be using the TripAdvisor website for inspiration. As I said before, most of the design will come from how the TripAdvisor website looks like. I really like it. Their designers have done a really good job at making a eye-pleasing website, and this is what we will be using. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to go to your um, Bubble website, and I want you to go to the header and make sure that you convert this into a into the new responsive engine. Basically, all you have to do is click on header under reusable elements, click on responsive, and there should be a blue button here that says turn into a responsive website. Once you do that, you will be good to go. Make sure that you delete everything that is there. Um, there might be some other elements there. All you do is uh, click on the element, and you can either click delete on your keyboard or right click delete. With that being said, let's jump right in. The first element that I am going to add is an image, and this image will be the logo for the website. Oh, by the way, make sure that the container layout is set to row. Once you convert it, it might be set to column. Make sure it's a row. Going back to the image element, I like naming every element so I know when I go back which element is what. So this will be a logo element, and we're going to upload an image. We're going to upload the logo for our website Stitch On, and we're going to go back to layout, and we're going to click on the keep element aspect of ready fish. It's going to be 3 wide by 1 actually, and we're going to make this 150 pixels. Make sure that is fit width. And lastly, we're going to center it, and we're going to add about 10 pixels on the left to make sure that it looks nice and it's not here to the border. Depending on the device, it might not look too good if it's completely to the border. Next, I'm going to add a group, and this will be the container group for the header. Oops. And this one will be a row as well. It's not going to be fit width, and the minimum width is going to be 240. Make sure it's about 100. There's center, and this should allow us to do something really nice. Now the first element that we're going to add is going to be on this button that says plus. So we're going to add a small group, but that size. Oh, actually, by the way, make sure that the alignment is aligned to the right. Coming back here, and this is going to be another row, and this is going to be the plus button group. This one is center from the top to bottom, so vertically. It's about 100. We have a roundness of 20. Reason why we're doing that is because when people hover, as you can see, it's kind of round, and we're going to get that done in a few minutes. About 45 pixels high, about 100 pixels width, and it's not going to be fierce. It's actually going to be 100 maximum and 85 minimum. Inside this element, we're going to add an icon. and we're going to add a test. And the test is plus and it's written cursive. So we're going to remove the style and we're going to change the font. Hopefully we can find some nice cursive fonts. Let's see. Yeah, that looks about right. It's about 20. Center. And we're going to add about 5 pixels to the left. And here 85, 45. 40 and 60. Let's see what we can do here for the icon. Oh, here we found it. Pretty cool actually. Let's see, it's 25, 30. Be sure that they're always aligned. So now we're going to add a condition. So when this group is hover, let's see, okay, the background style would be a flat color, and the background color would be looks about right. Run button. Okay, let's test this out. We're going to add this element to in the space. Column. There we go. And we're going to preview it. Okay, not too bad. We can do a little bit better though. Let's see. We will 5 pixels left. And we're going to increase the font, and we're going to increase this size. And here we're going to make sure that it looks nice. And we're going to change the shade of gray to be a little bit darker. See how it's looking right now. Okay. Actually, there's one more thing I want to do. I want to make sure that the test is centered vertically. Just because. Okay. So, probably back copy, but its appearance, we can be a bit smaller. Okay. Now we're a little bit closer to a little bit less space in between. There are a few things that we can do to make sure it looks nicer. It's black, and this one is black. I think that looks about right. And then a few things that we're going to do is we're going to copy paste this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there were four. And lastly, we're going to create a button for the sign up or signing, I should say. Here we go. Let's make sure that this one is 20. Sign in. Here we go. And let's see. Let's take a look. And so review trips and alerts. So review has a pencil. And let's change this back to Barlow. Definitely not. About that. And then there was trip which had a heart. We used 600 and it was 17. Yep, 17. And then the last one was bell and it was alerts. I should have probably copied after I did the initial changes, but it's what it is, you know. Alright, let's take a look and see how everything is looking so far. Okay. I guess not too bad. So everything is good. Thing is aligned. For some reason, we're getting that in the middle. So let's see. Sometimes things like this happen, and I don't get one. All right, so we will fix that a little bit later. I don't know um, what's going on, but once you click the button sign in, the workflow will be as follow. There will be element action, and it will show. Actually, that's one thing that we need to do. We need to make sure that the pop-up is here, the sign up and login pop-up that we created before. And now when the user click that element, they will be able to trigger the pop-up. Let's take a look at the functionality. As you can see, there it is. The user is able to see the sign in button. Now for alerts, as I said before, I didn't create anything for that. So reality is that we're not going to be building that functionality today. Making some minor changes, minimum width, maximum width. We're going to add about 10 pixels onto the left just for some spacing. I think it's looking nice. For review, let's see what we can do here. For the review, we're going to add a page. Actually, we're going to add a profile page. So that will be my profile. And we're going to convert that into a response to the new responsive engine. And we're going to add a group. I will explain why in a second. But this will be my reviews. Let's say it's a column. Black color. And it's not visible on page load. So basically what's going to happen is when you click, let's start making changes. This is review. This is strips. This is alerts. And when people click on the review button, they will be taken to the profile page. So here you go under navigation, go to page, click on profile. Let's make a little change. So the type of content is user. So we're going to go back to the header, workflow. You want to send data. And so the data that you want to send is the current user. So the data that is displayed is for the user that is logged in. And after that, what you want to do is you want to actually so you want to do this. You want to send page parameters. Send more parameters to the page. I apologize. And the key will be reviews, and this will be and submit a review. Let's see. It doesn't really matter, but basically that parameter will be current user submitted reviews. I guess first item title. It doesn't really matter. What that will change is what appears here on the title. So it will say review equals, and then the submitted review, the first submitted review title. It doesn't really matter. Hopefully you get the idea that you want to send parameters, because here on the profile page, and we're getting ahead, but here on the profile page, the workflow will be based on parameters. Only when get data from the page URL. Was reviews. When that is empty, then this will display. So we're going to test this theory. Hopefully it goes well. Here is a review button. I'm going to click. And, oh, okay. So we don't have any reviews in the system. We will do a little bit different. We will say that it will display when it's empty. Because we don't have any reviews in the system right now. Here, click on review, and there is the square. Now, if we add anything after equal, that green button should go away. And that's it. It went away. Just to make sure that you can see, we delete that and it comes back up. That means that it is working. So we're good. One last item that I want to add to this header. Whenever people click on the logo image, I want them to be able to go to the index page, which is the main page in this case. It can be whatever is your home page. It doesn't have to be the index page, but that way, we ensure that they have a good user experience. And let's try to figure this thing out because it's driving me crazy. Let's see. We don't want to do that. So maybe 100%. Let's see if that fixes it. This might be something, one of those mysteries that we never solve for some reason. This will have to be something that we will look into in the future once I figure out, because to be honest with you, I don't know what I did wrong. Let's see, this one, so 150, so 160. Okay. So let's see. The reason why I changed this is 160 and 150 is about 310, or at least 310. So that ensures that, for smart devices, it's shrinking. So as you can see, like for a cell phone, this one will not look good at all. So one last thing that we're going to do is, and we're going to add another condition. Let's see. How will we at this one? When the current page width um, is smaller than 300, this element will not be visible, so you don't want this to be checked. Let's test our theory. Again, as it gets smaller, it disappears. Good. So we're going to be copying that condition. So right click, copy, and we're going to paste the same condition on every single button or group. So let's see how it goes. There you go. Now what we want to do is we want to ensure that all of those collapse when hidden. So collapse. All you want to do is check this block. This is collapse when hidden. Collapse and collapse. So we're testing one thing at a time to ensure that we're good. And there you go, no more buttons. So what we would want to do now is, let's see if we can do this. Okay, the width will be, on mobile, you don't really need a large logo, neither a large signing button. The reason why I keep refreshing this is to make sure that there were no changes to the desktop site. So we're going to make this 400. And 400 for all of them, and to make sure that we are covering most mobile devices. And we go back, and there we go. So we probably should make it about, you see, on the responsive engine, it's giving me, it's looking how it's supposed to look like. For some reason here, there's this big gap in between. I don't know if it's my computer or not. But there you have it. Hopefully you just learned the basics, how to use conditional statements, how to build a header, how to collapse different buttons or groups. In this case, how to do some workflows to use reusable elements within reusable elements. And lastly, how to use parameters to go from one page to the other and display certain elements based on the different parameters that you just said. And this is it for today. This is the final product. As you can see here, somewhat similar to TripAdvisor. We could have done more things. We could have added this and this together into a group and put a center here in the middle, just like the TripAdvisor website is. That's something that you can definitely do to ensure that it looks as nice as possible. or as similar as possible as TripAdvisor website. We could have added a little bit better spacing in between. So there are many things that you could have done to make it look a little bit nicer, but this is the basic concept of a header similar to the TripAdvisor website. I hope you enjoy today's class, and if you like it, make sure you subscribe, like this, and make sure that you share it with your friends. It really helped me, motivate me to make more videos. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I try to get back to all of you with answers to your questions. If I can't, it's because I don't really know the answer. Until the next one, thank you for watching.